Today I'm going to tell you an interesting story about the life of Saint Dominic Savio. Saint Dominic is also known as the patron saint of altar boys, young children, and juvenile delinquents. He was born on April 2, 1842, in a small town of Riva in Italy. He was the second of the 11 children. His father was a blacksmith and her mother was a seamstress. From a very young age, Dominic showed an unusual spirituality and maturity. When he was 5 years old, he served as an altar boy in their parish church, and he could even recite his prayers by heart. When he was 7, because of his spirituality, he was allowed to receive his first communion. At that time, the normal age was 12, which Pope Pius would later lower to 7. On his day of communion, Saint Dominic wrote down 4 promises. 1. I will go to confession often and receive communion frequently. 2. To keep Sundays holy. 3. To make friends with Jesus and Mary. And 4. Death rather than sin. This commitment he made truly manifested his deep love for God that amazed everyone around him despite his young age. When he was 12, his talents and devotion caught the attention of St. John Bosco, the founder of the Salesians. St. John quickly recognized his extraordinary spiritual maturity and invited him to study at his oratory. There, Dominic thrived spiritually. He also formed the Company of the Immaculate Conception with his friends, encouraging them to live good Christian lives, help the poor, and bring other boys closer to God. Though he was full of energy and enthusiasm, Dominic's health began to decline. He suffered from pleurisy, a pulmonary-related illness which was related to tuberculosis. In his illness, Dominic experienced a miraculous vision of heaven. One night, while he was saying his evening prayer on his bed, he saw a vision of a lush garden filled with angels and heavenly music. When asked what he saw, he said, "I think it's a little taste of heaven." On March 9, 1857, at only 14 years old, Dominic happily passed away. His final words were, "What a beautiful thing I see." After he died, his body was buried, and later it was moved inside the Basilica of Mary Help of Christians in Turin, Italy. His tomb rests close to his mentor, St. John Bosco. But his story didn't just end there. After his death, there were numerous accounts of validated miraculous healings that occurred through his intercession. On one account, a girl from Italy was suffering from tuberculosis for a long time and had been given no hope from doctors. Her parents, who were devout Catholics, placed a relic of St. Dominic on her chest. That night, the girl slept peacefully for the first time in her life. The following day, her breathing improved and miraculously, she was totally healed. The doctors couldn't explain how her body recovered, and this miraculous event led to Dominic's canonization by Pope Pius XII in 1954. Today, St. Dominic is venerated as the patron saint of altar boys, young children, and juvenile delinquents. His feast day is celebrated every 6th of May. If you like stories like this, support us, follow, like, and subscribe.